Hi, everybody. So I'm going to be really, really quick, much quicker than James. And thanks, James, for the leading, because that kind of helps. I don't have to explain GLOSA. So I'm just going to talk about very quickly 3 projects we've been involved in that are all connected vehicle projects. The first one, opposite GLOSA, that I've gone on about. I've done a few presentations this year. So if you've seen it already, I'm sorry. It's much shorter and a lot less boring. A bit of a follow-on project, GLOSA in Manchester with TFGM. That's all about what do you need to do to deploy an ecosystem to be able to roll out GLOSA long term? And finally, something similar, virtual VMS or in-vehicle signage, more stuff that we've done with Oxfordshire and Ruth. That's all about how do you deliver in-vehicle messaging with an effective system based on current infrastructure without needing all of the connected vehicle infrastructure. So very quickly then, I am going to be really quick, so I'm sorry. Offset GLOSA, Highways England or National Highways project focus very much on measuring emissions and on measuring what emissions benefit you can get from running GLOSA. Ran until March this year, used TFGM's legacy UTC system. We tried it on some uphill off slips and some downhill off slips to try and measure the benefit. I think now there is a very quick video, not dissimilar to James, but you may not, if there's no sound, you kind of won't get the full impact. But let's see. Another GLOSA app, but this time on an off slip, approaching a signalized junction. And normally it will be telling you now how fast to go, similar to the York app. Eventually it will stop giving you information. It will give you a quick countdown to green, and then it will stop. But the driver will get through on green. There is a much longer video that kind of takes you through the whole approach to the off slip, but I'm just going to show a short one today. The most important thing about this is the impact of running GLOSA on an off slip. So we were looking at HGVs, class 1 HGVs, and also light commercial vehicles. Significant savings, significant reductions in CO2, 27% average savings per transition, 70% average reduction in NOx emissions. So that actually equates to, if you think about fuel savings, 12.5 pence per vehicle per run on an off slip. So that was kind of the whole point of the project, to sort of try and measure the benefits of running GLOSA and to demonstrate that a connected vehicle technology is worth doing. So Manchester GLOSA, very much a follow-on project. The focus slightly different. How do you develop an ecosystem? How do you use open data to deliver GLOSA? So TFGM and DFT funded, focused on demonstrating multiple sources of traffic signal timing data, multiple apps to deliver it to. We just finished, our last trial was last week, demonstrated that it works effectively. So basically, and a quick summary of the architecture. So TFGM's legacy Siemens/Unix UTC, TFGM's trial TRL system, bringing those all together into a hub of hubs ecosystem and then delivering it to different apps. Our legacy app that we've used that you've just seen, but also the app from George that also does GLOSA and in-vehicle signage, and you'll see some videos from George in a minute. I think he's the follow-on one. He's the follow-on presentation. So yeah, that's a very important step. All using legacy infrastructure, multiple sources, multiple destinations to deliver GLOSA. And finally, virtual VMS. This is again a DFT-funded project run in Oxford and Bristol with Oxfordshire County Council. The whole point about this was, what do you need to do to legacy systems, UTC, UTMC, to get traffic, to get variable message sign data out of the system and deliver it in vehicle, again, using legacy infrastructure. The whole point was, can we define a standard, not a standard for getting stuff into the vehicle, because there's lots of work on that already, CITS, ITS G5, etc. What do you need to do to get information out of, say, UTMC system about VMS settings and do that in a standard way? So that's basically what it was about. Yeah, that's kind of just a summary of the approach. So we have defined the standards for the extraction of data from UTMC systems or other traffic management systems in use in the UK, could be on the National Highways Network. And we've done it based on a standard from C Roads. It's a DataX2 profile developed by EcoAT. It's the IBI profile. Same sort of hub-based approach to deliver stuff in vehicle. And in fact, the same app used for the previous GLOSA project as this project. So the whole point is about developing the ecosystem, integrating everything together. So I think that's probably it, a whistle-stop tour of 3 projects. It is indeed. So just, I guess, some of the key points to take away, it is about developing a hub of hubs, an ecosystem, using legacy infrastructure to be able to deliver connected vehicle services. And of course, there are lots of other things to do, plenty of follow-on projects, as a few people have mentioned. Mover from GLOSA from Mover is difficult, but a lot of people are working on it. And we've got to think about the whole user experience very much. So, for example, the conflict between providing GLOSA information or in-vehicle signage against sat-nav directions and things like that. So there's lots of other things to go on. I think that's it. Quick 5 minutes.